The audience, Erica, would you mind giving us a quick introduction about yourself and your business?
Hi, my name's Erica Michelle, and I have a medical oversight company, and we're based in all 50 states.
Awesome. And could you tell the audience about how you initially met me, how we initially started talking about your project?
Oddly enough, I actually saw one of your advertisements on Instagram, and for some reason, I went ahead and clicked on it, and I went ahead and I kept the meeting. It's not often that I'm impressed with an ad that I would even click on something, but within our first meeting, I was ready to sign as a client. You were the ultimate professional. You understood what our pain points were, and you gave us an immediate solution through your organization. And I've felt very comfortable with the contract as well.
Awesome. And if you don't mind sharing, what was the primary problem you kind of came to me with initially? We're both laughing.
Have to, do I have to share that? So we were doing everything manually. We've been in business a long time. We're very good at what we do. Our medical oversight is fantastic. We have some of the best doctors, best nurse practitioners, and we have a great team. But we were doing everything manually in an age where it just didn't have to be that hard. And we probably for one line of communication could be in three, four, even five different platforms. And so we were losing, my team wasn't shining the way that the hard work and what efforts they were putting in weren't being noticed by our clients because, there were so many different areas that
hmm
we would lose track of some of the very important messages.
Right, because you guys had like what, like four or five different softwares initially, and it wasn't just four or five different softwares, like four or five different systems. I'm not going to name what they actually are, but it was like like people were kind of all doing their own thing to track, what was going on, right?
Right, right. And if, even though they would leave me spreadsheets, everybody would organize their spreadsheets differently and then they would leave it inside their system. And
Right.
so even if I was talking to a client after hours, I was still struggling to know where that information was. So yeah, again, you saw the need. And I think because our business is very complex and the nuances inside of medical is very difficult, I was really impressed with your immediate understanding. Of what we needed to do and how we needed to do it. And um, it was a little bit of a struggle just because it's hard for me to feel like I'm explaining the elementary side of things, but you did need that, in order to give us a robust system. And I was probably after the first meeting, I was just shocked at how well you understood everything.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And in terms of like the end result, so we're almost, a few months in now. Do you have like a rough estimate on how many hours you think have been saved, or in terms of confusion, like what tangible impact you think has happened since we first started?
I don't know if I could actually quantify the amount of hours that we've saved, but I can tell you that what it has done is it's made our clients feel more comfortable with us
hmm
and makes us can again shine as the professionals that we are. So for me, that client retainment is invaluable.
Yeah.
And we've seen also an uptick in our referral sources from the clients as well. So
Nice.
so that to me is has been the biggest tangible that I can take away from this.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I guess that kind of leads to like a second point, which is like as you were scaling, one of the main pain points you had was like the invoices that were not being paid, which, believe it or not, you're not a lot of owners that I talk to, it's a similar thing. They'll have, like a few million just sitting there in terms of invoices paid. Now that we have everything together, what's kind of next for you, you would say, for the business, for the growth, for the team, and so on?
Well, funny enough, I did look at the invoices this morning, and I think when we had started with you, there were over 340 in the bucket that
Yeah.
were still out there lagging. And today it might be 43 that are out there. So that was beneficial. I mean, you paid for yourself just by us being able to collect our outstanding due revenue.
Right.
Um, but we're definitely mid six figures. So, and then the other, but what's exciting for us is we're actually able now to, we've had some podcasts, we've had some partnerships that we've nurtured through very high level, and we've been keeping our clients at bay. Like we have not been able to, are you ready? Can we come over for oversight? And we weren't in a position that we could handle anything else. So now we're actually in the position to grow, and I see that the next year we'll close out. We should, if we don't double, we should triple what we did last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one thing that kind of stands out about you is like you're really good at sales and marketing, and you're also good about focusing on that as a business owner. Because, a lot of owners that I talk to, they're stuck in the operation of the day to day. Despite things, not being the best, you continue to focus on the scale and like you said triple, right? Triple in a year. That's insane. That's
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of business owners would dream to even have something like that, to be completely upfront with you.
Well, and again, it wouldn't be possible without having you come in and help us organize the systems. That did we know that we needed it? Yes, but it was easy to put aside when we were, in those early stages of business, and
Yeah.
we could handle it. But as our growth kept happening, it was chaos. And I've asked if, you can come on for different, as we get through different phases, if you'll come back and you'll help us with different projects. So I'm excited to work with you. And honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you how many of the internet ads or the Instagram ads that I've ever completed, and those have actually turned into sales. But I can tell you that I don't think it was an accident that you came into my feed that day. And so I'm thankful for you.
I really appreciate the kind words. I guess to wrap this up, if someone wants to find you, maybe and work with your business, we got a lot of business owners that watch these videos. If you feel comfortable again, if you want to kind of like share what you do, if somebody wants to work with you directly with, I know you got a few businesses actually, not just one, but if
Yeah. I think one of the neatest things is that we're able to offer people is that they can get into a medical practice themselves. A lot of people, they may not want to open up a primary care practice. They may not want to open up a mental health practice. Even though we can do those, what's exciting to people is to be in that health and longevity and regenerative medicine space. And, as a layperson or even as a nurse practitioner, will help you set that up inside of the state rules that your state has. And most of our clients, it takes them probably about 6 months, but uh, they should be within the first 2 to 3 years, they should be a seven-figure business themselves. And so we are expanding access to care and quality care across the country. So if business owners or just people in general are looking to, diversify and come into a new field, this is a
yeah.
great place to be.
And it's all 50 states as well, right?
All 50 states. Yeah.
Awesome. Is there like a website you would recommend or email that you think?
Oh, sure. They could go right to our website. That's MD50. So it's MD-50.com.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Erica.
Thanks again, Jeet.